discuss one of the important topics in additional part of the C is error and types. What is error and what are the types of error that every programming language having? Means error means it's a mistake. Mistake may be of 5 kinds. One is syntactical error, one is runtime error, one is logical error, one is linked error, one is semantic error. In some kind of error, the program might execute, but you will be getting the erroneous result, which is meaningless. So what is the error? Error is nothing but it is a mistake to your programming. Either it is a syntactical mistake or a logical mistake or a runtime mistake or is a semantic mistake, or it may be a link mistake, or sometimes it is termed as a linking error. So in any programming language, errors are the common. If we miss any syntax like parenthesis, semicolon, capital, small, mismatch, that's a mistake. Apart from this, we get some runtime error, means in compile time there is no error, but in runtime there might be some error and the program will not get the right output. And hence we classified the error in any programming language are of 5 types: syntax error, runtime error, logical error, linking error or linked error, and the semantic error. First is syntax error. What is syntax error? They are also termed as compile time error because at the time of compilation it produced the error. These errors have occurred when the rule of the C program writing technique or the syntaxes has been broken, means we are not following the syntaxes, means we are avoiding the rule of the syntaxes. These type of error are typically generated or flagged by the computer prior to the compilation. In the following program, we have to generate one of the syntactical error, that is, suppose we are writing in a printf statement, that is, we are writing Sriram, but there is no semicolon around what? The printf statement, and hence the program will not run, it will generate the error, which error is known as your syntactical error. Because in printf statement the message should be given and the semicolon should be ended, but we have not placed the semicolon, and hence which type of error it will generate? That is a syntactical error, it will be generated. If I want to run this code, moves to the specific online compiler and start running the program, we will be getting the desired error as usual. Suppose we run the program and here the error is generated, that is semicolon is needed. If we give the semicolon, then it will produce the required output as usual. Then comes to the next error, which is known as runtime error. What is runtime error? This type of error occurs while program is running, because at the compilation time it does not detect that error, but at the runtime this error is flagged or generated. For example, if you are dividing a number by 0, if you are assessing invalid location in an array, then it is not compile time error, it is the runtime error. Here we want to store the value as an array of 5 elements or the 10 elements, and we are assessing the invalid location of the array, then the error will be generated, that is known as your runtime error. For example, we have taken integer array of 5, but we are trying to assess array of 10, then unexpected value will be generated, and that error is known as your what? The runtime error. Because if there is the dimension is 5, where 10 comes, and hence this type of error causes the runtime error. If I want to run this code, copy this set of code, moves to the specific online compiler and start running the program, then it will give you the result like anything that is unexpected, because it is not a valid location. Comes to the third type of error, that is a logical error. Even if the syntax and other factors are correct, we may not get the desired result due to the logical issues. Like if at the condition line you are giving semicolon, or in the looping line you are giving the semicolon, that error does not provide the compile time, but it will not provide you the adequate result. That given, we sometimes put a semicolon after a loop which is syntactically correct, but the result in the is a blank loop, means the loop will not satisfy, and hence the continuation of loop is not possible or condition will not detected, and hence the desired output is not displayed. For example, if we want to execute 5 times the loop, but aside the loop we are putting a semicolon, that error gives rise to the logical error. For example, here I is continuing 5 times, and hence Shreyansh should display 5 times, but Shreyansh will display once, because semicolon is given means the loop is discontinued, means loop has no significant meaning, means repetition of task will not help, and this error gives rise to the logical error. If I want to run this code, copy this set of code, moves to the specific online compiler and start running the program, what happens? Instead of displaying 5 times, it will display Shreyansh once. If the semicolon is removed, the 5 times Shreyansh or Sriram, whatever you give, it will display. Here Shreyansh is displayed 5 times on the screen. Next comes to linker error. What is linker error? The program is successfully compiled and link failures, means suppose you are writing main as a small but you are making M as a capital letter, and hence the linking facility will not done, and hence that error is known as your linker error, which is always known as, that is incorrect function prototype, means the declaration or the definition might be some causes some errors. Here you are writing int main, M is capital letter. If you are printing Sriram, it will not execute because linking will not done. This method will not, or the function will not found in the header file, and hence the error is known as your linker error. If I want to execute this program, then copy the respective relevant code, moves to the specific online compiler and start running the program. And while you are copy this program and moving to the online compiler, then you see the result will be adequate as a linker error will be produced. Hence, output as Sriram will not come. If main is written in a normal letter, then the adequate result will come, and the result will be what? The Sriram will be displayed on the screen. Sometimes the online compiler is a little bit slower, and hence execution pauses. Suppose again I want to try to run this program and making correct of M, then if I run the program, the result will be Sriram display. Comes to the last kind of error, that is a semantic error. When a sentence is syntactically correct but has no meaning, it is known as your semantic error, which means that it is a grammatical error, means int x10 is correctly right, but instead of writing again int, if in the variable line you are writing b equal to 20 and c, it is invalid, because you have to distinguish either by comma or again int is declared, and hence this error is a semantic error. And again x plus y equal to c you cannot write, because always the result will be stored in the leftmost variable, and hence it should be written c equal to x plus y, not x plus y equal to c, and this type of arrangement of the program gives rise to the semantic error. And hence the definitions tell, when a sentence is syntactically correct but has no meaning, that is known as your semantic error. This is similar to grammatical error. If an expression is entered on the left side of the assignment operator, a semantic error may cause the error. Means x equal to 10 is right, you cannot write 10 equal to x, or you can write c equal to x plus y, but you cannot write x plus y equal to c. If you want to run this program, move to the specific online editor and start running the program, you will be getting the adequate result as expected. Hence, the result will be displaying the semantic errors. In this way, in today's class, we discuss 5 types of different errors with example, which is most essential in every programming language, and every programming language might be caused these 5 errors: syntax error, runtime error, logical error, linker error, and the semantic error. I think today's session is very essential to you. If you have having any doubt, please make the comments. and if you have not previously subscribed, kindly subscribe it. In the next class, we will be coming with some new things which we have not discussed in these C sessions. After few classes, we are going to start the new topics. Thank you. See you in the next class.